Hi everybody, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. Well, we had a very exciting guest come in to visit our studio this week, the new Executive Director of the Montana FFA Foundation, Megan Irion. Megan has an extensive background working on foundations and brings a new energy to the FFA.
So I have been in fundraising for 10 plus years. My first position was at the St. Vincent Healthcare Foundation right up the street here in Billings. And I worked there working on major gifts and estate planning and was their senior director. Loved my job, loved the donors that I got to meet, and loved the crew that I worked with. I wanted to be an executive director, so I later moved on to Riverstone Health, which is just down the street here in Billings, and I was there for a couple years. And then the position for the FFA Executive Director came about, and I thought it was the perfect opportunity to really combine my expertise in fundraising along with some of the passions that I have, which are Montana and our future, our kids, our students, and agriculture. So
Megan just recently attended her very first Montana FFA State Convention. I asked her what her thoughts were on the convention and what exciting plans she has in store for this summer.
State Convention was incredible. There were 2,000 students there. Competitions, interviews. There were a lot of past alumni there as well, and it was incredible to be a part of something that is so much bigger than myself. Secondly, plans for the year. There's a lot to do. The good news with the FFA is that there are so many people that understand the importance and the connection with our future and what we do every day through our ag teachers, through our various programs or various events. So many people were either a part of that years and years ago or have a student in the program. So really what I'm looking for is to meet those people. My goal is to come up with fundraising strategies. Obviously that is my role, but really how I do that is go around and doing some traveling and meeting folks, hearing your stories, sharing coffee, sharing meals, and understanding really deeply why you're connected and why you may want to leave a legacy.
I have to say Megan is very eager to get to meet everyone that is connected in the Blue Jacket. I asked Megan how supporters and folks wanting to be involved with Montana FFA can reach out and participate in activities.
We are going to be having a golf tournament. We have not had a golf tournament in the last 2 years, and so we will have a golf tournament this October, beginning of October. So if you want to be involved or you want to have a team, just contact our office. You can get online on the website and look that up, and my phone number is on there as well. The other thing I ask, this is personal, but I really, again, just want to meet the folks that are so connected to the FFA and have the love and the passion for it. I want to hear your stories. I want you to share them with me so that I can storytell and tell other folks and just, obviously spread education about what the FFA is, but be able to help with resources and time and treasure.
The future for the FFA Foundation is bright, and we are all excited to see what Megan can do for the blue and gold. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the market reports after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Well, it was another big day in the cattle futures, and even with neutral results from the Cattle on Feed report, there was no slowing down the future contracts. The cattle futures managed to find themselves pushing new contract highs once again. Traders did not wait for higher cash bid prices to surface this week and pushed the April feeder cattle contract to a new high of $293.35. That's up $3.40, and the May contract was up $2.50 at $286. Live cattle contracts pushed $2 higher yesterday, just shy of a contract high in the April live cattle. The cattle on feed report was released yesterday afternoon and about spot on with the expectations. The report stated that cattle inventory was down 2% from a year ago and placements in feedlots 5% above last year's numbers at 1.8 million head. And strong prices for the cattle industry on the boards and in the sale barns. At public auction yards and Billings, a very strong head count of feeders sold, selling just over 5,600 head. 600 to 800 pound feeders were $20 to $25 a hundredweight higher than the last sale, with 500 to 700 pounders mostly $25 higher. A few replacement cows sold, young stock cows sold from $205 to $246, and a few cow-calf pairs sold, topping the sellout at $3,500. And the grain market showed quite a bit of red ink yesterday, and just a reminder, the markets are closed today with it being Good Friday. We did see a little bit of positive trade though in the Chicago and Minneapolis wheat markets as they managed to build off of Wednesday's strength. Concerns for drought over winter wheat areas becoming even larger with a 2% increase from a week ago. Chicago wheat contracts traded up around a penny, with the Minneapolis markets up 2 cents. Corn and soybean contracts both took losses on Thursday afternoon. Corn weekly exports were almost double last week's numbers, but the progressing harvest in Argentina continues to put pressure on U.S. corn. Soybean contracts fell around 2 cents yesterday afternoon, with no follow-up reports on whether the U.S. and China have begun trade negotiations. Weekly exports were strong, especially for this time of year, but just not enough news in the markets to push those contracts higher. Well, that's all for our Northern Ag TV. Thanks for joining us and have a happy Easter weekend.